Hello.
This call is now being recorded.
Okay. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Pavan Kumar.
Good morning, sir.
Am I am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Can you listen?
It's
Can you
audible.
listen? Okay. Okay. So I think almost 10 to 15 minutes gone. You joined late. So
Yes, sir.
try to this time join in time because schedule is very tight. Okay. Okay, Pavan. Uh, you
Okay,
are
sir.
from where? Bhubaneswar. Bhubaneswar, Cuttack.
No, sir. I am from
Hello.
Burgad. I am from
Baragar.
Burgad, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I welcome you. I'm also expecting some more students, but no problem. Okay. You know very well that this paper belongs to which company law. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to share with you. Now on the screen you can see this is the first block. Block number. I think you have received materials from the IGNOU. In IGNOU BCOC 135 paper code, and the name of paper is company law. Before starting this paper, I would like to tell you commerce is just not about accounting. Remember, Pavan, many times we use uh, the commerce as a subject of accounting. So accounting is only a part of commerce. In the commerce, we equally read about different laws. For example, business law, company law, income tax law. So there are various kinds of law. So we must understand these type of laws because your accounting is dependent upon the law. So law is very important part of the commerce. If you have good understanding about the law, you can perform better. You can also perform in your numerical papers also. Law is, at present time, law is everything. If you are good in law, you can perform better. Okay, I'm not going to kill more time because we have very less time. It is only about 45 minutes and I have to cover so many part of the paper. So you can see that uh, the first block of your paper devoted to company and its formation. First block, company and its formation. So first, under the first block, basically we will discuss about the company, what is company, what are the different formats of the companies in India, and how can a company be formed. Pavan, are you getting my point or not?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, sir. It's
So
clear.
in between, if you respond me, then I can know that whether you are involved in my lecture or not. It is very
Okay, sir.
important. Anyone has joined or not, except you? No, nobody.
Mm,
Pawan, tell me one thing. Have you gone through this paper or not?
no, sir.
Have you read this blog by yourself?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So yes, that is what I am asking from you. Want to know that whether have you read or not? Because if you see, it is about 88 pages. The first
Oh,
block is about 88 pages. So it is. So if you read by yourself, so we can discuss the important part of the block. Okay, no problem.
okay.
If you have gone through this, okay, no problem. Okay. So first, uh, you know that there are different types of business organization. Sole proprietorship. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Your background is commerce or some other stream, arts or science?
I am from commerce, sir. Background.
Commerce. Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
So I think you are aware with the different formats. So sole proprietorship has its own limitations. So that is why partnership came into the existence. And
Yes,
partnership has also its own limitations. And so that is why your company format came into the existence.
yes, sir.
Okay. So in our country, India, first time, first time in India, 1850, you can see on the screen,
Yes,
1850, the first act was passed in India in 1850 regarding the company. You must know one thing. In the company, what happened? The activities of the companies are regulated by one act. There are different laws are there which govern a particular business format. For sole proprietorship, there is no act. For
yes,
partnership, there is a act.
yes, sir.
Indian Partnership Act 1932. But in the company, what happens? Actually, company is an artificial person. Remember,
Yes,
when we go further, we will study about how it is formed, what is company. But under this section, in this block, it is talking about the act. So in the case of company, act is very important. Entire activity of the company is governed by the act. If any company does anything which is beyond the act, which is not written in the act, that activity will be illegal. And result may be very dangerous. If any company uh, does something which is not mentioned in the act and company attempted those activities, then what will happen? Company have to pay so much penalty or even company can be winded up. So that is why in the case of company, not partnership or sole proprietorship, company, in the case of company, act is very important. Okay. So in this regard, what happened? The first time in India, a company act was passed in 1850, 1850. And later on, many acts came in 1857. Act came, another act came in 1866, 1913. Uh, but in 1956, one act came 1956, which was very popular, Companies Act 1956. It was very popular and it lasted for many years. Uh, after that, after Companies Act 1956, one act came. It is known as a Companies Act 2013. So at present, in our country, Company Act is 2013, not 1956. Remember, 1956 was very popular,
yes, sir.
but due to changes in the business, due to challenges are coming in our country, so it was felt that we need a different set of act. So that is why Companies Act 2013 was launched by the government of India. So in 2013, so many new concepts came, so many changes brought. So thereby government encourages the corporate world in our country. So we will discuss later. We have actually very less time to, but in a nutshell, I'm trying to tell you some new format came. For example, one person company. Before this, there was no concept of one person company. CSR concept came into the existence. It was not in the case of 1956. The number of maximum number of members has also been increased in the case of private company. According to 1956, it was only 50. But in this act, now members in the case of private company can be 200. So there are so many changes came which were not in the case of Companies Act 1956. So now I'm going to start with you some introduction of the company. Do you have any idea about company? Because you told me that your background is commerce. Pawan, hello.
Sir,
You told
company,
me that your background is belong to commerce. Do you have any idea
company
about
is a association of
association of
persons.
company person? Okay, and anything? Okay,
Motive.
company is an company is an association of person. उसके आगे
Yes, sir.
after that after that what? It has separate legal entity.
Yes, sir. Separate legal entity.
Separate legal entity, and it is an artificial person. Company is an artificial person who has separate legal entity.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I'm going to tell you the definition here. You can see that here it is written that last in the last from the above definition you can see on your screen. If you see Lord Hene, after the Lord Hene, it is given that from the above definition, it is clear that a company has a corporate and legal personality. It is an artificial person, exists only in the eyes of law. It has an independent legal entity, common seal, and perpetual succession.
Yes.
There are so many definitions are given. If you read all the definitions, so you can summarize that company is a corporate and legal personality. It is an artificial person. Remember, it is not a natural person. It is an artificial person.
Artificial version.
Yes. Why it is called artificial person? Because its birth is
It exists
dependent
only in the eyes of law only, sir.
law. Yes, its birth is dependent upon the law, and it cannot be ended. Its end is also depend upon the law. You cannot close the company. You cannot end the company. You cannot kill the company. Its end is also done through the law. So its birth and end both are done through the law. So that is why it is called artificial person. Remember, very important point. Okay. Come to the next point is company versus body corporate. So in this regard, I would like to tell you that company is also an association of person. Remember, and body corporate is also an association of person. So what is difference
Yes.
between these two terms? Body corporate or company? Actually, body corporate is a very wider concept. If you read about the body corporate is a very wider concept. It is given here. You can see here. Body corporate or corporation includes a company incorporated outside India. So under the body corporate, what happens? Body corporate includes many things, and company is only a part of it. A company can be a body corporate, but body corporate is not a company. Remember, this is a very important difference between these two. So I'm not going to pay much more time on this aspect. This concept will be clear. When you read entire blog, then you are able to differentiate between these 2 points. So I'm not going to discuss in more detail. If you read this blog, then I can discuss. I can tell you in a more detailed manner. Okay, tell me one thing. Is company a citizen?
Company.
Is, is company a citizen?
No, sir.
No, no. Company is not a citizen.
Yes, sir.
You are the citizen of India. Citizenship is given to whom? Is given to the person who is human being.
It's a
Company is an
natural person.
artificial person. Company is an artificial person. Company is not a natural person. Remember,
Yes.
being a citizen of India, you have fundamental rights. Those rights which a company does not have. Being a citizen of India, you can cast your vote. You can select your government. In every election, you can cast your vote, but
Yes,
company
sir.
cannot cast vote. So company is not a citizen. Company is an artificial person. This is very important point to note it. So being a artificial person, company enjoys so many benefits, but company cannot enjoy the benefits which a citizen has. There are so many rights, fundamental rights a citizen has, which a company cannot enjoy. Okay. So there are some features of a company given here. So how company is created? I told you earlier, company is created by the law. Whatever law is there at present time, 2013 Act is there, Companies Act, Indian Companies Act 2013. So its creation is dependent upon the law,
Okay, sir.
and it is also dependent upon the law. So it is dependent by your law, not by any other else. Human beings, uh, human beings take birth through parents. Through parents, they take the birth. But company cannot take birth from any such process. Company's birth is dependent upon the law. So it is very important feature of a company. Second is artificial person. It is an
Yes,
artificial.
sir.
You cannot see the company. You cannot touch the company. Human being, natural person, you can talk with them. You can touch. You can see. But company you cannot see. You cannot touch it. It is an artificial person. The status of person is given by the law. So that is why it is called artificial person. Separate legal entity. Separate legal entity means
Sir, features are
there
clear,
is,
sir.
yes,
In features कुछ doubt नहीं है, sir. Features are clear, sir. Clear.
features are clear, very good. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not going to discuss the features because it is uh, very easy. If you are commerce background, so it is very easy. If someone who do not belong to your commerce background, he or she feel the problem, what is going on. So I think we can move further. Lifting the corporate veil. Do you have any idea about this topic,
No, sir.
Pawan? Hmm?
No, sir. I have no idea, sir.
No idea. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you it is very important topic. Sometimes question came. Write down a short note on lifting the corporate veil. Under this, what happened? You know that there is separate entity. Owners of company is different, and the person who are running the company, they are different. Who are the owners of the company? Your equity shareholders.
Yes, sir.
Equity shareholders are the owners of the company. And actually, company is run by the directors, managing directors. So there are different types of officers. They are running the company.
Yes, sir.
So sometimes what happen? Suppose there is a suppose there is a sole proprietor. There is a sole proprietor. There is
Okay,
a
sir.
suppose he is running a restaurant. A sole proprietor, he is running a restaurant.
Yes,
Due
sir.
to some due to some mistake, he prepared a very poisonous food. Poisonous food. So what will happen? If anyone take the food, and suppose he or she is hospitalized. So what will happen? People will catch that person. They will say that you prepared poisonous food. Why have you committed the mistake? You must repay the bill. Due to your bad food, my brother or sister, yeah, myself hospitalized. So you must give the penalty to me. It was my
Compensation.
punishment teacher. So here you know that to whom you catch. You will not catch the employee who are working in the restaurant. The person, suppose there is a person who is hospitalized, they will catch to whom? They will catch owner of the restaurant. They will not catch the employee of the restaurant.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what happened
Yes,
in the
sir.
case of company? Officers or directors, they thinks that whatever they are doing, it's negative impact. Whatever if in future if any negative impact will come, it will come on the company. It will not come on the directors or employees of the company. Whatever loss is there, whatever problem is there, it will be faced by your company, not by
Compensation.
the directors, employees, or officers. So that is why this concept came, lifting the corporate veil. This concept saying that if any director, managing director, or officer deliberately committed the mistakes, deliberately committed the mistake, and he thinks that whatever consequences will come, it will be borne by the company, not by us. If they committed such mistake deliberately, so in this case company will not be responsible. If corporate well is there, they company will not be responsible. Officers have to pay the consequences. But for this, company has to go to the proper authority of court. So court will decide that this mistake was done deliberately by officers or by director or managing director. So it is that is why it is called lifting the corporate veil. Corporate veil. So officers think that officer or directors or managing directors, they think that whatever they will do, company has to face because they are not the owner. They are just employee of the company. So company has to be here. Company has to face the problems. So they are taking the advantage of this. They are exploiting these things. So to avoid, to protect the company, this concept came, lifting the corporate wealth. So this concept saying that if being an employee, if you are doing any such type of thing deliberately, so you will be responsible for any mishappening. So this is all about lifting the corporate wealth. So the same thing is discussed under the statutory provisions. and judicial interpretations. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so we have around 20 minutes to discuss it. Okay, I think it is clear to you what is difference between company and partnership.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Both.
can you tell me the minimum number and maximum number? In the case
Uh,
of partnership, what is minimum number?
Minimum two in case of partnership, and
Yes, maximum
maximum 10 in,
10. Okay,
in case of
and
banking business, and
yeah, very good. And in other case, it is 20.
20. Yes, sir.
20.
Okay, sir.
And in the case of company,
In case of company, maximum is unlimited, and minimum one person company is there, so minimum one person it is there, sir.
no, no. I'm not discussing about one person company. In one
Oh,
person company, only one person is there, minimum and
okay,
maximum.
okay.
If private company is there,
In
so minimum
private
number of
company,
members is 2, maximum 200.
maximum
In the case of
200.
public company, minimum number 7, maximum number unlimited. It depends upon your share capital.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So
Okay, sir.
you must keep this thing into your mind because this is very easy one. And if such type of question will come into the examination, you should not leave such type of question because it is very simple, particularly for the commerce students.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So legal status, company has a legal personality, but
Yes,
in the
sir.
case of
Legal.
partnership, there is no separate entity.
Yes,
If
sir.
any partnership died, so your partnership dissolve. But company,
Yes, sir.
there is no impact of
Yes, sir.
death or
Perpetual
any
successor.
in the company. Okay. Liability
Yes,
of member, it is clear under the partnership unlimited. In the case
yes, sir.
of company, it is limited.
Limited.
Transfer of shares, there is no concept of shares in the case of partnership. In the case of company, there is a concept of share. So under the share, you can transfer. In the case of public company, you can transfer easily. But in the case of private company, there are some limitations
Yes,
to
sir.
transfer the shares. So I think it is clear to you. Dissolution or end of the company. In the case of company, company cannot be end like any other mode. Its dissolution, its wind up depend upon the law. Companies Act 2013. But in the case of partnership, what happened? Any partner died, retires, leave the partnership, your partnership fund dissolve it.
Yes, sir.
Nothing is very serious thing. Now come to it is very important distinction between company and limited liability partnership. So limited liability partnership is what? Its act is different. Its act is 2008. Remember, its
Yes,
act is 2008. Under this, what happened? Your before in general partnership, what happened? Their liability is unlimited. But in the case of limited liability partnership, the liability of partners are limited.
yes, sir.
So almost 80% is same between these two. Regulating Act, in the case of company, it is 2013, and in the case of limited liability, it is 2008. Minimum number is same in under the partnership, it is 2. In the case of public company, minimum number 7,
Seven.
or maximum number unlimited number.
Unlimited.
So here, uh, governance structure, regarding the governance structure, company has to follow the rules and regulation what is given under the 2013 act. But under the limited liability partnership, there is no such strict provision. It depends upon the Mutual understanding of the partnership means, suppose there are three partners in the firm. One partner will see the finance matter, another partner will see the business operation. So it depends upon their mutual agreement. So its governance structure in the case of partnership, it depends upon the mutual agreement. But in the case of your company, it depends upon the act. What is given in the act? What are the provisions given under the act? Now move to next topic. I think it is not a very, you can catch it very easily. Okay, come to the kinds of the companies. So under this book, the kind of companies is divided. You can see here on the basis of incorporation, on the basis of liability, on the basis of control. So there are three categories through which we can divide. There are different kinds of companies: chartered companies, statutory companies, registered companies. So do you have any idea about this? Chartered company or statutory company?
Um,
No, no idea. Okay.
sir,
Uh, Remember, chartered company is that company which is created by passing a special charter. This charter actually, it was very older concept. It was very older concept. This type of companies was formed by the king and queen. King and queen. It is a time of king and queen. You can see here. Chartered company. Chartered company is what? A company incorporated under a special charter granted by king or queen of England. Okay, it is very older concept. I think about 300 to 400 years ago, this concept was very popular. So
okay,
a
sir. Sir,
company,
example, sir.
I'm giving you example. Uh, you can see East India Company. Have you heard the name or not? East India
Yes,
Company.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. East India Company is the very good example of chartered company. This company came in India in 1600,
Okay, sir.
1600.
Yes,
That
sir.
company, that company was formed by the order of the uh, Queen of the England. Queen of the England. So if any company which is created by the king and queen order, that is the chartered company. So at present
Okay, sir.
time, I think almost in every part of the world now there is a concept of democracy. So if it is prevailed, it is very limited to few countries where king and queen concept is there. Otherwise, in every almost in every country, there is a concept. Concept has gone. The days of king and queen has gone. So there are two examples on your screen. It is given: East India Company and Bank of England. So many times it is asking from the student of commerce, give the examples of chartered company. Okay, come to the next one, statutory company. Statutory. It is also very popular in our country. Statutory
Yes, sir.
company is that company for which a special act is passed.
Past.
A special act is passed. On such type of companies, what happened? They are also governed by a special act as well as Companies Act 2013. Both act are working. Your example is RBI. For RBI, Reserve Bank of India, there is a special act. For LIC, there is a special act. Special act for LIC, special act for RBI. So they are governed by that act, as well as they have to follow
Company
some
Act
provisions of
2013.
Companies Act 2013. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any question?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
No. Okay. Oh, oh, we have only 10 minutes. What to do, Mr. Pavan?
Sir.
Okay, I'm trying my level best to cover important aspect of this your book.
Yes, sir.
So, so in background, some voice are coming. Registered company or incorporated companies. See, the first point is on the basis of incorporation. So basically, three types of companies: chartered company, statutory company, and third one is your registered or incorporated company. So registered or incorporated companies means the companies which are registered or incorporated under the Corporate Act or Companies Act 2013. So whatever company who is registered under this act, they are known as a registered or incorporated company. You can see through this chart it is clear on the basis of incorporation, three types of companies. So on the basis of second is on the basis of liability.
Yes, sir.
So on the basis of liability, it is given public company. Actually, this diagram is not correctly depict the situation. On the basis of liability, three types of companies: companies
Yes,
limited
sir.
by shares, company
Limited by
limited by
guarantee.
guarantee, and unlimited company. So company limited by shares means
Uh,
whatever liabilities are there, it is
yes.
limited to the
Paid up.
price of the share.
Very good.
Price of the shares.
Yes, sir.
Suppose one person has one share and its price is rupees 10.
Yes, sir.
Price of one share is rupees 10. He has already paid rupees 6.
Yes,
So
sir.
its liability
Liability.
is rupees 4 only, not
Yes,
beyond
sir.
rupees 4. So its liability is dependent upon the value of shares which he or she has taken from the company. So if he has paid rupees 10 at the time of purchasing the share, so there will be no liability.
Yes, sir.
If he has paid rupees 2 only, so rupees 8 will be liability.
Yes, sir.
Company limited by guarantee means what? Whatever the shareholders of the company, they promised to company that in the case of emergency or wind up, they promise to pay a particular sum. For example, Mr. Say has promised that he will pay rupees 10,000 in the case of emergency or in the case of wind up of the company. So its liability is dependent upon the guarantee what he has given to the company. So under such type of company, what happened? Share capital may be there or may not be because they are giving the guarantee. In the case of emergency, they will give the money what he promised. Unlimited means unlimited. There is no limitation on the liability. He has to pay whatever losses are there. If company needs 1 lakh rupees, so owners has to pay 1 lakh rupees. It is just like a sole proprietorship or partnership. So such type of company right now is not popular. It is unpopular. So such type of company you cannot see. Okay. So I'm moving ahead.
Sir, we shall go with only important topics, sir.
I can touch the important topic, but for this, if you read by yourself, actually the
Yes, sir.
concept of IGNOU is what? The concept is that they will provide you material. So if you read the material, so because in 1 hour it is almost impossible. If I
Yes,
cover
sir.
entire things in 1 hour, you will not understand a single word.
Yes, sir. That's
I tell
only we
you
should.
entire things. And one more thing, If you do not know the basic concept, Mr. Pawan,
Yes, sir.
if you do not understand the basic things, you can further you cannot understand. If I leave
Okay.
the basic things, you cannot catch the further what is going on. Actually,
Okay, sir.
you are the students of commerce, so you know many things. But if suppose if your background is not commerce, then it will be very difficult. So that is why it is my suggestion to you all students, you must read. If you read it, it will be very convenient for you, not only for you but also for us.
Okay.
Okay. Hmm. So okay, these three new concepts came. Perhaps you did not know about these three concepts. That is producer company, one person company, small company. These three new concept was introduced. It was not in previous law. It was introduced in this law. Producer company, one person company, and small company. So, what is the meaning of producer company? Actually, producer means you must correlate producer company with produce. Producer company actually, this company is more connected with primary agriculture activities. Okay. So it is written here a producer company means a body corporate engaged in any activity connected with or related to any primary produce. Produce. Produce basically we connect produce with the agriculture product. Agriculture products. So under this your animal is also part. Agriculture is there, animal is also a part. So before that, what happened? This concept was missing. So right now, some farmers can start the company by themselves. So to start such type of company, you need minimum 10 persons. Minimum 10% you need, and thereby you can start the producer company. If there is a producer company, you can avail so many advantages. So many benefits are given under the producer company. You can see here some features are given. In the case of producer company, you can issue only equity shares, not other shares like preference shares or other shares. You can issue only the equity shares.
Good.
Yes. Liability of member is limited under the producer company. The liability is limited up to the unpaid amount on the shares,
Yes,
which
sir.
you know very well. So there are so many advantages are given, which is also not mentioned here. So many, just for example, in taxation they will get some benefits. Some subsidies government is also providing for producer companies. So this concept came introduced by this act, so thereby they can encourage the company concept in the rural area or the business which are agriculture based. So thereby they can collect the capital and they can grow themselves. Okay. Now come to the very burning issue, very burning topic is one person company. Second concept is one person company. So under the one person company, what happened? You know that to start the company, you need minimum number of person. You need 7 person for public company,
Okay.
and
Take up.
maximum number is unlimited. So under one person company, only one person is there. Only one person is a member.
Yes, sir.
He is all. He is the only one person. He is the owner of the company. He can operate. So this concept, it is a unique feature of Companies Act 2030. Now come to the next one, a small company. So small company means which capital is small, which turnover is small. If actually what happened, if there is a company, so company has to pay so many taxes to the government. Company has to follow so many procedures. So thereby in our country, what happened? People do not go for the company format. They would like to join sole proprietorship or partnership. They will not try for the company's format. So to encourage them, this concept came. Under this small company, to whom you say small company, it is given that paid up share capital which does not exceed 50 lakhs. If your capital does not exceed 50 lakhs, up to the 10 crores, it is called your small company. Second one is what? Turnover. They will see your first share capital. After that, they can also see your turnover. So your turnover should not exceed rupees 2 crores. So if any company is fulfilling these things, so that company is termed as a small company. So they do not follow some strict provisions which are mentioned in the corporate law. They will enjoy some benefits. So being a small company, they can protect themselves. Otherwise, what happen? Bigger companies, giant companies, small companies, every type of company has to follow so many things. So they are not so much. Means suppose if one person who has so much capital, so he can manage so many things. He can hire chartered accountant, he can hire lawyers. So he means the person who has so much capital, the company who has so much capital, that company can do anything, manage the affairs. But the company which is very small in the terms of capital, in the terms of turnover, that company cannot manage it. So to protect their existence, this concept came or launched under the Companies Act 2013. So now time is almost over, Mr. Pawan.
Sir,
So, so
सर
yes,
सर इस क्लास का रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो मिलेगा क्या सर?
इस क्लास का रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो तो तुम थोड़ा इग्नू से बात करो, ये तो हमको भी नहीं मालूम कैसे मिलेगा। तो देखो हमें एक प्लान बना के चलना होगा पवन, सुनो पहले बात। आवर
यस सर,
मोटिव टू अंडरस्टैंड द लॉ।
यस सर,
If we do not make the plan correctly, देखो बुक तो तुम्हारे पास भी दिया हुआ है, यू कैन
यस
ऑल्सो
सर,
रीड इट।
यस सर,
What happened in the case of law? We have to understand the technicalities. इसकी जो टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट है, वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड।
ओके
लॉ इज
सर,
नॉट अ कप ऑफ टी। अकाउंटिंग यू कैन डू इट बाय योर सेल्फ। अकाउंटिंग के लिए बहुत से रिसोर्सेज भी अवेलेबल हैं, बट रिगार्डिंग लॉ सो मेनी रिसोर्सेज आर नॉट अवेलेबल। सो नेक्स्ट टाइम
यस सर,
I will take first second block because that is my
सेकंड
duty
ब्लॉक,
to second block,
ओके सर,
and I will try to cover that block as soon as possible.
ओके सर,
Thereafter, if time permit me, I will again touch this block because in this block basic concepts are given,
यस
which is
सर,
very important to know
ओके सर,
because I have
सर,
yes.
सर from next I will go through second block sir, and if any doubts I will mark it, and in
Yes,
next
yes,
class I will go
you
sir.
mark it. And perhaps in next class some new students may also join. It is also
Okay sir,
possibility, but you
yes sir,
must go through the second block by yourself. So we will discuss the important aspects.
okay sir,
Other, actually, this block is the fundamental. It needs more time.
okay sir,
If you see this block, you will get one concept promoters. who is promoter, what is the job of promoter, it is very important.
Yes.
Second thing is what formation of the company, how company can
Yes,
be
sir.
formed,
Okay,
कंपनी
sir.
तुम कैसे बनाओगे, you must know it. Being a student of commerce, you must know it how to form the companies. What are the process are there. Thereafter, इसके बाद जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है दैट इज विच इज व्हाट, इसके जो इम्पोर्टेंट अथॉरिटीज हैं, वी मस्ट नो इट. अथॉरिटीज अंडर कंपनीज एक्ट 2030. इसमें क्या है देखो तुम्हारा, नेशनल कंपनी लॉ ट्रिब्यूनल, नेशनल कंपनी लॉ अपीलेट ट्रिब्यूनल, स्पेशल कोर्ट, अदर अथॉरिटीज. So these are the concept of the companies, basic
Okay,
concept
sir.
of the company. So next time what will we do? We will do, we will try to cover effectively, not
Okay.
haphazard manner. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि बस आया गया. Effectively
Yes.
we will cover block 2 as I will get time. So some part will be covered of block 1. हमारे पास 5 क्लासेस हैं, तो आज तो एक चला गया है, तो 4 क्लासेस
Yes.
में वी
सर
विल
लास्ट
कवर
संडे
योर.
क्लास
यस.
सर लास्ट संडे क्लास नहीं हुआ था क्या सर?
पता नहीं, दिस इज माय फर्स्ट क्लास.
लास्ट संडे नो वन वाज लेटिंग मी इन सर.
ये तो नहीं हुआ अभी. तो तुमको जो इग्नू, तुम्हारा इग्नू कहाँ से है ये, राउरकेला और
नहीं,
भुवनेश्वर?
नहीं सर, मैं
हेलो,
स्टडी सेंटर संबलपुर.
संबलपुर. सो यू मे
यस सर.
कॉन्टेक्ट टू संबलपुर because it is all this management is done at your Bhubaneswar level. So I will take your 5 classes of
ओके
this.
सर.
5 Sundays I will take your classes. So leave that part. My plan is that I will cover your entire block and join the class timely, so thereby we can manage the time.
ओके सर. सर टुडे
We can
also by
manage the
on I was trying to join from 9 a.m. sir, but no one
no
was
no
letting me in.
no 9 a.m. You cannot be admitted. ऐसा
Yes
है
sir.
कि वो
No
तुमको
sir,
नहीं
this
देंगे.
class is from 10 a.m. From
हाँ
10
10
a.m.
a.m.
to I am trying, no
तो
one was
तुम
letting me in.
नहीं,
I
तुम आ
thought
सकते
some
हो.
server problem.
9:45 पे तुम एंटर कर सकते हो.
Okay sir.
9:45 9:50 पे तुम एंट्री ले सकते हो इसमें,
Okay sir.
क्योंकि और भी क्लासेस चलते रहते हैं ऑनलाइन.
Yes sir.
ठीक है, तो वो एक कुछ इसका टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट है. जो तुम्हारे जो टीचर्स हैं वो भी कहीं बिजी रहते हैं, इंगेज रहते हैं, तो वो भी नहीं ले पाते हैं उसको. ठीक है पवन.
Okay.
तो नेक्स्ट टाइम वी विल मीट एंड वी विल कवर द योर block 2, and if I will get time I will try to cover untouched part of your block 1.
Okay sir.
If you do it by yourself we can cover very easily.
Okay sir.
Okay, I hope you got my idea, but again I
Yes.
will try to improve the uh, coverage of your block. Okay, nice to
Okay.
take your class. अच्छा लगा तुम आए, क्लास हुआ अच्छे से. ओके, रख रहा हूँ पवन.
Yes. Okay
क्लास
sir.
को